Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Les Payne had this to say.
It looks like banks are, in small ways, passing on the cost of this recession in a way to customers. It looks like now it's the end of free checking. How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't think there was really a beginning to free checking. I think that banks have been very sneaky and covert in charging fees to customers, unbeknownst to them. For instance, the credit line that they have, I find out in my own case, that they were charging fees that I was not aware of. So I think it is a continuation of it. And I think that deregulation, which certainly has happened during the, let's call it the Republican years, would be very interesting to see now that the Democrats are in power, whether or not some of these deregulations which have allowed corporations and business, including banking, to take advantage of customers and citizens will be allowed to continue. I'm hopeful that they will take a good, strong look at it and take good, strong action, quite frankly.
Now, Congress has tried. One of the latest things is, of course, that they capped the fees for credit cards, but what banks then turned around and did is to raise the interest rates. So do you think we'll ever really get sneak fees under control?
Well, no. Quite frankly, because I think that the banks are very slippery, they're very enterprising, I think they're very smart, and I think that they're very greedy. And I think that when laws are passed, they find ways to surmount them and get around them. However, that is not to say that regulation should not be installed for that reason. So I think that you can slow them down, and I think it is helpful to customers. But unfortunately, I don't think in this open society you'll be able to stop them, but you can alleviate the problem somewhat.
On the other hand, would you not say that it's fair that banks charge for the service they provide? Are they not helping people provide get access to credit, start businesses? I mean, all these things cost. There are administrative fees associated with it. Don't you think they should charge something?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think there's a line, though. There's a threshold between a fair market value for a service and extortion. For instance, there was a time, and I remember it when I was in the military, that if a bank or a credit operation charged over 7%, that was considered exorbitant, and you couldn't pay it. Now they can charge, well, now that the interest rates are down, but there came a time when you could charge up 17, 18%. These hidden fees, for instance, if the Fed is charging like less than 1%, why are credit cards and increasingly banks allowed, with the combination of either fees and interest rate, allowed to charge over 10%? That's exorbitant, that's extortionate, and I think it goes beyond fair market value for services that banks are providing.
Thank you, Mr. Payne.
Sure.
Okay. Reactions vary from not my problem to I'm not so happy with these new fees, but the message seems clear on the whole. If you make us pay, we'll go somewhere else. This is Neanda, Money Talks for TNJ.com.